Leeds Climate Commission is an attempt to bring the city together, everyone across the city, to enable us to take action on climate change in new ways and to deal with it in a way that we haven't been able to in the recent past. Its objectives are to energise the city and to spread a kind of positive can-do attitude in the city. For Leeds Climate Commission in particular, our goals are to promote and accelerate the transition to a low-carbon economy and also to enable the city to become much more climate resilient and resilient to floods, for example.
I'm delighted that so many organisations have come together, 24 signing up to work on the Commission. The Council actually has become very used to working in partnership with other organisations, and it's a real strength of the city that we recognise the need for all the different sectors to come together to assist us in taking these very important issues forward.
The attraction for us was that it's an opportunity for us to work with a range of people to try and tackle, what is one of the biggest issues that faces us as a city.
The Leeds Climate Commission is a really exciting and unique way of dealing with one of the biggest issues that's facing us. I think the key to it is the partnerships, the fact that this is being led by the university with support of the local council, but we've got partners from across all sectors of Leeds, and we're all uniting with the same aim, and that's incredibly powerful.
Well, one can hardly listen to the news or pick up a paper these days without hearing about the effects of climate change, which is why it's vitally important that we invest in making our cities both climate resilient and low carbon.
I think my biggest ambition for the Commission is that it transforms the way the city thinks about itself, that we think in a much more positive way, we have a can-do kind of attitude towards getting things done, that people think of climate change and related issues as an opportunity, not as a threat, and that it's part of making Leeds a much more vibrant, inclusive, happy, prosperous place. If we can do all of those things within the next few years, that will be a massive contribution, I think, to life in the city.
I think this kind of approach is really good because I think a lot of the solutions that we're going to have to find for climate change are best found at a city level. I think that's where you can develop the kind of partnerships that can make a difference.
There's also a massive incentive in terms of saving money, and I think that's where there is a real trick to play going out to business and saying it's not at a cost, actually it's an investment. And I think the studies have shown us how quickly you can start to realise that benefit.
Leeds is leading the way, and we've not seen anything like it anywhere else, and I hope that this means that other cities and other areas can look at us and learn from it and set similar projects up in their own way.
I think this is what the city's been needing, and I think Leeds is really showing the way on a national scale of actually how a city can take hold of this problem and deal with it locally, because it's not something that can be dealt with by national government in Westminster. It's got to be dealt with on the ground using the companies and people that are based in the cities.
Cities can come together and tackle a huge problem like climate change and turn it into an opportunity and see it as a very positive, enabling thing which enables the city to be the kind of city it wants to be in the future. I think lots of cities at the moment and communities are perhaps feeling a bit, shell-shocked or withdrawn and feeling like change happens to them rather than because of what they do. And what we want to do is inspire them to step up and shape the future that they want and bring it to the city and make it the kind of place they want to live and work in.